Hi, I'm Rachel Tuckwell. I work at Pirehill First School and I'm the Senko. The child started our private day nursery on site to Pirehill First School before he started in reception. I know this child really well because at the time I was early years lead, Senko and his class teacher. He's currently in year 2 at the moment and his main area of SEN needs are interaction, cognition and learning. He is currently working significantly below his peers, especially in the area of communication and interaction. He most difficultly finds playtime and large gatherings where his anxiety and frustrations come out. Sometimes he lashes out and hurts other children, and this is where support is needed. Parents were concerned about the volume of food that he was eating as this has recently changed. In a nutshell, this child has 15 hours AN funding currently. He has a large number of interventions that happen in school from a variety of people, some of which include 7 cycles of assessed plan, do and review, the social and emotional intervention group that takes place in our gem den, the Hope Project, Peg to Paper and other literacy interventions. I heard about the enhanced plan, do and review model through the pathway, through the newsletters, through the pilot schools, the local offer and the training that I think that we had last November and December. The one form was self-explanatory and easy to fill out. The Story So Far section allows the Senko to produce all the assessed plan and do review cycles. It can produce a timeline of the previously completed interventions, and this produces a clear picture of the child. The orange part of the form is where the enhanced plan, do and review process is where all the parents and professionals meet to discuss the child's strengths and needs. This is a real opportunity to discuss at length the child's needs and produce a set of outcomes. And with the professionals around the table at the same time, this is where, as a Senko, I've previously felt less supported, and it's a real opportunity to share with other colleagues about the child's needs. The Do section is an opportunity where specific interventions are recorded, and bi-weekly we record all the comments that come along with that. I submitted the one form to the district send and inclusion team. The panel meet every Monday and I quickly heard back with the decision from them. On this occasion it was quite easy to get all parties involved. There wasn't many professionals involved in this case. However, in a more complex case, maybe it's relatable to the Education and Health Plan annual review, and that you get most parties involved in that meeting where you can. An example of some of the support that this child is now getting is that he currently has 15 hours of one-to-one support. We are working on emotional literacy work. He receives emotion coaching from Together We Make a Difference, and he really enjoys this weekly visit that he has. He has social stories that we are developing. He has a tendency to have a struggle in the playground, and these scenarios are being broken down and a solution found. We have enhanced his sensory diet, and we produce a food log which is helpful for both parents that can have show to the dietitian and the GP. And finally, the literacy approach is to improve his reading fluency. The improvements that we've seen in the child are he really loves coming into school every day. He has a really sense of engagement, and his health and well-being are showing effects. So the next steps are to keep updating the form and then hold the 6-week review meeting where we can make a next decision about his next steps, whether it be the CNA or another cycle of plan, do and review.
Okay, my name's Mrs. Loach. I'm a teaching assistant and I'm also the Hope Mentor at Pirehill First School. I first met Bob. I took Bob onto the Hope Mentoring scheme in year 1. Didn't know much about Bob because I didn't see him in reception. He's quite lively. He found it difficult to talk about his emotions and identify his emotions when he was in year 1. So we didn't carry on with the Hope project with him. Now I've got him in year 2, he's in my class. So I've been working very closely, not as a one-to-one, but he's my one in the group that I'm with all the time. He's very chatty, he's very likeable, he's very affable. He's sweet, he's kind, and he's a joy to have in the class. But on the other side, he finds it very difficult socially with his friends. We've just had a little incident in the classroom just where he was lining up and he's being silly with someone, and when I've asked him to stop, well, this little boy's asked me to do it. So if someone, that's how he says that's why he's done it, someone's asked him to do it. So we can't say at the moment make the right choice in that regard. And at playtimes I watch him for this. At playtimes I go out and observe how he's playing with his friends, and he does come to me and say, they're calling me mean, they're calling me a cheat, but he's not actually doing any of them, but he doesn't quite understand that it's just part of the game. On the intervention side, I've been reading with him every day, and he's progressed no end with his reading. I mean, he could only just blend the first sound of a word, now he's blending phase 5 sounds, and he's moved on about 3 levels in his reading book. So that side's coming on. But if I ask him about the text, that's where the confusion starts. And I talk about how the characters feeling in the book, and how do you think they feel if this happened to them, and he finds that difficult. So since the interventions have started, I've seen big improvement of how he sits on the carpet, how he focuses a little bit more, not so much the whole length of the carpet time, but it is getting better. I've also noticed an improvement in how he walks around the classroom. He doesn't want to leave the classroom and go to the toilet every 5 minutes. That was something he did like to do because he could go play with the water. I've noticed real big improvement on his spellings, and he's learning his spellings at home, and now he's beginning to apply that phonics knowledge in his reading, not so much in his writing, but his handwriting has made a big improvement. If we look back to September and look back to all the work that's gone on in his handwriting, real big improvement on that. Difference between the old process and the new process is the one-to-one support that the child's getting now. It is more intense. He can have more brain breaks and timeouts because there's a one-to-one support who can look after him and take him out.